catching me on a hot mic. So they don't want to catch me on a hot mic anymore, I guess, because the hot mic caught them. I'm asking them all the time, if you folks were working together and you were going to catch me on a hot mic, wouldn't you realize that the hot mic would catch the rest of you? So I guess the goal wasn't to really catch me on a hot mic. The goal was to set up this program where they would guilt and shame me about things that I didn't do, change my memory of things, which is why it's so important you guys take a look at this V2K What Is It video. And I put it as in community post, but I'll definitely link it in this description also, so that you have an idea of what this can do. And thankfully, he mentioned the dream thing. I keep calling it dream things. They call it data dreams. But he mentions that you can, it includes dreams. And why that's so important is when this was really bad, I used to wake up, and sometimes I did videos and I showed you, and I used to wake up so angry and so upset because somehow in the middle of the night, they would keep going over things and it was all lies and it was horrible stuff. And I would get on the video and say all these things they said to me. And when it was really bad, they said I could see things, and I don't remember seeing anything. Meaning, how would they know I can see? They don't know. But they would say that to me, and that would get me angry. But it was a way of changing my memory of things, slowly talking so much about something that they thought I wouldn't remember it. So now when they go back over videos, what they did was they would say things while I'm doing the video and I would think that's what I said. Okay, so it's been reconnecting, so they're pulling off my internet service for some reason. So I would even now go back to a video where they would accuse me of saying things or didn't say anything, and they were wrong. So that would have been something they wasted my time doing, keep double checking, because by having, this is part of the reason why this catch me on a hot mic thing is the stupidest part of this, is that if they're talking in the background and their voices get picked up, my phone starts, like if they mention a celebrity, suddenly that celebrity's is on my phone in terms of if there's a YouTube video about the person, or it picks it up. At one point, I showed you all of these ads that it picked up. When we were talking about Israel, it put up an Israeli advertisement. So it's whatever they're talking about that gets picked up. So how that would work is if they're saying they're going to catch me on a hot mic and they invented this technology that picks them up, what do you think they were trying to do? They were trying to make it look like I'm the one saying these things. And once I started doing the videos, and it didn't pick it up the way they did, but you could tell it picks up something in the transcript, it shows that that was their way of faking these videos. So when they're saying all of this was a form of setting me up. It was about to get it to look like I'm a bad person according to them. They now say I'm still a bitch. That's what they say. You're not a bad person, but you're still a bitch. So they admit I'm not a bad person. They admit I'm not a violent person, which is another thing that they accuse me of. Oh, you have a history of violence. You're violent. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not. So I'm no longer a bad person to them. Now I'm just a bitch. And a bitch is someone who doesn't let them get away with this, who decides to live stream it and hope that somebody will get this to stop, who doesn't want to steal credit from the people who left so many great comments. And I hope you guys get a chance when you're looking at the lives. A lot of the thumbnails I've been putting on have been comments from people who have been through this and know this program. I didn't know the program. They admit it now that if they don't like you, they do everything they can to get you. Now, to me, that's a horrible person. That's a bad person. But seemingly, the bad people of the world can decide who they think is a bad person. They recently said something really strange, and I need to tell you guys this. They're going back through people who they feel didn't do the right thing in their lives, and they're trying to harm those people. And those are the people they think are going to get hurt. meaning they're the hypocrites who say you should forgive people, you should move past things, but they can't forgive people and move past things. So it seems like now I'm not the bad person who they want to harm, but there are people in the past who they think were bad people and they want to harm. That is the worst thing ever. Do you want to know why that's so bad? Someone just said, oh, who are they to play judge and jury? More than that, who are they to look back and take revenge on people who they think didn't do the right thing to them? Who are they? So that could be anybody. That, you know, at one point they talked about police officers. They talked about people, celebrities. They talked about just regular people who weren't good to them in their lives. Who are they to do that to people? Because just like they can look at that person, somebody else can look at that and think the same thing. And they don't remember that. They don't remember that part. So just like I'm able to live stream this because I think these people are bad people, they are the ones out there hurting people who they think are bad people. And when you prove those people aren't bad people, there's no way you can undo the harm that you've done to them. Excuse me, I'm talking to them now. There's no way they can undo the harm they've done to someone who they called a bad person who wasn't. And that's where I'm at with them. So now they want to say, well, we're going to try to undo the harm that they caused me. They can never undo this harm. All right, so I'm going to let you continue to listen and just relax a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to shut this off now. Talking about celebrities again. There was something I found. Maybe that's what I'll use as a thumbnail. Do you guys remember Parade magazine used to come in all newspapers? And okay, I just want to say one thing before I go off on that. Why can't they make newspapers again that people can buy with coupons in it, with magazines, all the stuff that we had before? A Sunday newspaper used to have, you had your magazines, you had your coupons, you had your TV guide. Why can't they just go back to making that? I know they wanted to save paper, but we can now recycle paper. We can use recycled paper. One thing that the voices always do is say, "Oh, you care about the environment, yes, but things have gotten to a point where we can use recycled paper. All this paper that we still have paper. Just recycle it and use it to make newspapers. Just like the plastic bag, just recycle it and go back to using plastic bags. Now we can recycle. This was stuff that we had a problem with decades ago. Now we don't have these same problems. We're still using plastic. So let's start recycling the plastic. I'll have less DIYing, but it's reconnecting. So I was offline. So I'm just saying, recycle the plastic. Less my show coming on. Before, when I had the TV guide, I used to make a mark on the page so I know what show is coming on when. I can't catch shows if it's not printed out in a TV guide. I need a TV guide. But I'm going to use the thumbnail. This was from a Parade magazine from 1990, and it says Intelligence Report. Now, years ago, if I had read that, like 1990, I was still so young, I would have thought like, oh, Intelligence Report, not really knowing what it meant. Now, after all of this, I know what intelligence means. And I guess anyone who's doing all this and knows what's going on now knows. Most people hopefully will now understand what intelligence means, knowing things and finding out things about stuff. So I'm going to use that as a thumbnail. Thank you guys for your comments. Thank you for listening. And I'll be doing more live streams.